Hello viewers. I welcome you to my channel Yours Fearfully. Let's explore into the haunting melody of the Serengeti National Park in Tanzania. Deep within the vast expanse of the Serengeti National Park in Tanzania, there lies a secret. It is a tale whispered among the local Maasai tribes. A story of darkness and the unknown. Legend has it that in the heart of the Serengeti, where the tall grasses sway like a siren's song, there exists a hidden land. This land is said to be inhabited by supernatural beings, born from the ancient spirits that once roamed this land. Visitors who dare to venture too deep into the park often feel an eerie presence, as if they are being watched by something otherworldly. One fateful evening, a group of adventurous tourists embarked on a safari deep into the Serengeti. Their guides, seasoned and well-versed in the park's mysteries, warned them not to stray from the designated paths, for the spirits of the wild could be restless. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the landscape, the group's vehicle made its way along a narrow dirt road. The air was thick with anticipation and an inexplicable tension. The tourists gazed out into the endless expanse, their eyes fixed on the silhouettes of animals grazing in the distance. Suddenly, the vehicle's engine sputtered, and it ground to a halt. The tourists exchanged worried glances as their guides frantically tried to restart the engine. With each failed attempt, a sense of unease settled over the group like a shroud. It was then that they heard it. A soft, ethereal melody carried by the wind. The haunting tune seemed to beckon them, luring them deeper into the wilderness. Against their better judgment, their curiosity overcame their fear, and they set off on foot, following the melody into the unknown. The path they traversed was treacherous, overgrown with thorns and twisted roots. The moon above cast a pale glow, revealing eerie shadows that danced with a life of their own. The atmosphere grew colder, the silence more suffocating, until they stumbled upon a clearing unlike any they had ever seen. Tall, ancient trees surrounded the clearing, their branches reaching toward the heavens like gnarled fingers. In the center stood a massive baobab tree, its trunk adorned with intricate carvings and symbols of a forgotten time. Its presence emanated a palpable energy, both awe-inspiring and malevolent. The tourists approached cautiously, their breaths caught in their throats. It was then that they saw them. Figures emerging from the darkness, ethereal and otherworldly. They were the spirits of the Serengeti, shimmering in the moonlight, their eyes filled with a mixture of sorrow and longing. The tourists were transfixed, unable to tear their gaze away from the mesmerizing sight. But as the spirits drew closer, their expressions twisted, their forms distorting into grotesque visages. The once captivating melody transformed into a cacophony of wailing, as if the souls of the lost were trapped within the confines of the baobab tree. Fear overwhelmed the tourists, as they realized they had stumbled upon a place where the boundary between the living and the dead blurred. Their guides, in a last-ditch effort to protect them, urged them to flee. With adrenaline pumping through their veins, they ran, never looking back. As they reached the safety of their vehicle, the haunting cries of the spirits faded into the distance. The tourists locked eyes, their faces pale with terror, knowing that they had brushed against something far more sinister than they could ever imagine. As the tourists sped away from the clearing, their hearts pounding in their chests, a deep sense of relief washed over them. They were safe, or so they thought. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Life carried on for the tourists. But the memory of that eerie encounter in the Serengeti lingered like a shadow, forever in their minds. They tried to convince themselves that it was merely a product of their overactive imaginations. A collective hallucination born from fear and exhaustion. But strange occurrences began to unfold in their lives. Whispered voices followed them wherever they went. Barely audible but undeniably present. They would catch glimpses of twisted figures lurking at the edge of their vision. Their forms distorted and otherworldly. Sleep became a torment, as nightmares plagued their nights. In their dreams, they found themselves drawn back to the haunting clearing. The baobab tree standing tall and menacing. The wailing of the spirits grew louder, their cries piercing their very souls. Haunted by the relentless presence of the supernatural, the tourists sought answers. They delved deep into ancient texts and consulted local shamans, desperate to break free from the clutches of the Serengeti's curse. Yet, all their efforts were in vain. One by one, the tourists succumbed to the darkness that had infiltrated their lives. Their sanity slipped away, consumed by the alluring yet malevolent forces they had unwittingly unleashed. And as each life faded, their souls became forever entwined with the spirits of the Serengeti, destined to roam the vast plains, trapped in an eternal cycle of torment and despair. The twisted spirits of the Serengeti had claimed their victims, forever binding them to the secrets of the land they dared to explore. And the legend of the cursed safari would be whispered among the Maasai tribes for generations to come. A chilling reminder of the price one pays for awakening the unknown. In the heart of the Serengeti National Park. And that's the haunting melody of the Serengeti National Park for you. Thank you for watching. And please, like, share and subscribe if you liked this content. Show some love for yours fearfully. Until next video.